How's it going, guys? So, I'm going to start this off with a disclaimer. I'm not a YouTuber, so don't expect great levels of editing polish or conversational skills, but I did manage to figure out how to get lava up off the ground in the Igloo world, so I thought I would kind of walk you guys through the process. So, this is the machine we're going to be building today. It is a two-way, observerless, mostly slimeless flying machine with a dispenser down here that we can activate at range because of the target blocks. And I'll show you guys kind of how we use it. But first, let's talk about materials and stuff. So in order to build this, you need 5 target blocks. We have wheat and redstone already, so that shouldn't be too bad. We need 2 pistons. We have all of these materials already, and we can get more iron if we need from iron golems. We have 2 sticky pistons. This is going to be the hard thing because slime has to come either from breeding pandas or from the wandering trader, but I don't think we're going to have a lot of wandering trader luck, so I'm going to stick with breeding pandas as our method. And then you need 6 honey blocks. You can get bees from growing saplings near flowers, and you can get glass bottles from witches or from the librarian glass trade. You need 1 dispenser, get a bow from skeleton or kill cats for straying, and then redstone and cobblestone we've talked about. You need 1 bow and 5 arrows. You need 1 bucket, and you need a total of 23 cobblestone. So just make sure we hold on to at least that much before we do this. So as far as breeding pandas go, the reason we're doing that is because baby pandas have a slight chance of sneezing and dropping a slime ball. Pandas can be obtained if you take some grass out to a jungle biome. There's one at a negative 2420 and negative 3776 on the igloo seed, and you placed out there. Grass is required for passive mob spawning, but they can spawn above Y200 as long as you bring the grass. I think you should be able to get a Silk Touch tool from one of the villagers. I don't think it matters what type of tool it is as long as it has Silk Touch. Anyway, so you just need to bring some of the grass out there. Once you do, you can start breeding panda. Well, okay, so you have to wait for the first pandas to spawn because pandas drop bamboo, and then you can use that bamboo to breed more pandas. So from the wiki, on average, it says that weak pandas produce a slime ball every 4 hours 51 minutes, and then for the non-weak pandas, it's significantly greater than that. So I would start by breeding pandas, and they have a slight chance of mutating into other types of pandas every time you breed them. So just start breeding whatever pandas you get, and eventually you're going to get some weak pandas. So once you get the weak pandas, you're going to want to isolate them and start breeding them on their own. I did test breeding some weak pandas on a copy of the Igloo World I had in Creative, and I managed to get a slime ball here. I just have them on top of hoppers, so I didn't have to run around in there. But I only made it up to 15 or 20 weak pandas before the slime ball dropped, so should be okay to get 2 slime balls, not too egregious. As far as bees go, oak, birch, or cherry trees, if you grow them next to a flower, I think it's officially within 2 blocks, but I usually just put the flowers next to them. That'll give you a 5% chance to get a bee nest that comes with bees. And that's true basically anywhere. I did it here just next to the igloo on a copy of the Igloo World, and it did work out okay, so both of these behaviors are confirmed as of recently. So that's everything as far as material obtaining goes. I will start talking about how to build the device next. Alright, so we're going to start building this thing on this block here, negative 116, 1467. We want to make sure that we're facing back towards the igloo, which is the negative Z direction. But we're going to start on this block here. We're going to start that with a dispenser like this, target block, 2 of our honey blocks, and then 1 more target block, and a regular piston facing upwards. That's the first layer. Alright, so our second layer is going to be pretty similar to the first layer. So we're going to honey block here and here, and then we are going to use this trapdoor to get down under here so we can replace our sticky piston like that. And then we are going to have target block here, and then our other sticky piston is going to be facing up here. Then our last layer is just honey block, piston facing down here, target block. And your machine is good to go. Now I just need to clear out all of this base stuff and put the bucket in here. Alright, so let's talk about using this thing. So all I've done here is I've just built a little platform for me to look at the mechanism on, and I've marked out the blocks that the target blocks are on, just so we know where to aim. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put an arrow on that block, and those correspond to the 2 highest target blocks. And then once we have those in, we're just going to break those 2 blocks. and release the arrows. The reason I launched them onto the blocks first is because that way you know the arrows are going straight down. But yeah, once we do that, we can see the machine just kind of starts moving off on its own here. And the reason this works is because every time it moves down, the arrow has a chance to fall again, and it reactivates the target block. I will say it is not a very fast machine. It's going to take about 4 minutes to get down to the bottom, so I'll cut back in once we're there. Alright, so we've reached the bottom now, as you can see by the fact that the lava is dissipating. So now we just need to grab the lava and bring it back up. So this block here is the one that corresponds to the dispenser target block. So we're going to put an arrow on that, and we're just going to drop it. So that dispenser down there has just grabbed the lava out of the hole. And now, and this is very important, we're going to wait for 1 minute. And the reason we're going to do that is because arrows take 1 minute to despawn after they've landed, and we don't want that arrow sitting on the target block, because that otherwise, on the way up, it would just be activating and deactivating and reactivating the dispenser every time that the block moves. So we just need to be careful and wait until the arrow despawns. Alright, all of our arrows have despawned, so now it's time for the last step. And that's just going to be to put an arrow on these 2 remaining blocks, and then to send them down. The order you send them down in doesn't matter, by the way. And now we just gotta wait. It's gonna be another 4 minutes back up, of course. So I'll get back to you guys. Alright, we're here. The nice thing about these machines, by the way, is you can just jump onto them and pick up the arrows, and that'll stop it from running. Now, I don't know if this is the best way to go about getting lava in this this igloo world, but it's hard to argue with results, right? Thank you guys for watching.